Welcome back to another insightful tutorial. Today I'm going to be sharing how I cut and sew this cargo pants and also fixed this cargo pocket right here. This is me, this is the face behind this channel, and if you want to learn how to do this, then this video is for you. Now without further ado, let us jump right into this tutorial. For this cargo pants, I made use of this leftover Ankara fabric that I have. I had about 2.5 yards. It wasn't up to 3 yards. That was what I made use of. Also, I have an elastic waistband right here. This trouser would be having an elastic along the waist. In addition, I have my pattern master here and other sewing tools. It is now time to go straight into the cutting. To do that, first I would be folding my fabric into two. The wideness that is enough for me to cut the front part of my trouser, and that I have done. Also, I have marked out a line 1 inch away from the folded edge. This would give room for any side seam allowance that I want to add. At the top part, I've marked my starting line. This is where all of my measurements would be taken from. The first measurement I would take is my crotch depth measurement, and I will be taking out about 1.5 inch for the waistband allowance. Next, I will marking my crotch depth of 11.5. I added an extra ease because this is a cargo pants and I want it to be free. Also, I marked my waist to knee, and here I am marking my waist to ankle. After marking all of the points, next I went on to roll them down. Moving on, it is now time to place my measurement. On the crotch line, I will be placing 1/4 of my hip measurement. I added 1 inch extra ease to my hip measurement, so 1/4 of that measurement. I would also place the exact measurement on the waist, and that is because I am fixing elastic. So I need my waist measurement to be a little bit big to accommodate the excess of the elastic. Next, I'll be marking my crotch extension, and usually I use about 1.75 inch for my crotch extension at the front. I'll draw in my crotch curve in this manner. Afterwards, I will be dividing the entire measurement on the crotch line into two. I will mark it on the crotch line, mark it on the knee line, and also mark that same measurement on the ankle line. This helps us to place our other measurements very well. Below the crotch line, I'll be coming downwards by 2 inches. This would serve as the tie line. I would also mark out the midpoint of the crotch line on the tie line. Next thing, I'll be marking 1/4 of my tie round measurements on either side of the midpoint. Bear in mind that I have also added extra ease to my tie round, so you can add 2 inches or 3 inches depending on how free you want your trouser to be. On the knee line also, I'll be taking out about 1/2 inch from the measurement I have on the tie line. So I didn't make use of my knee round measurement. I just took out 1/2 inch from the measurement I marked on my tie round and marked it on the knee line. And for the ankle line, I marked the same measurement on the knee line on the ankle line. I'll be connecting all of the points together. After I am done with this, I would ensure I have about 1 inch side seam allowance. So measuring from the waist, I'm just going on to measure 1 inch all the way to the hem of the trouser. I would then connect all of the side seam allowance together, add up 1/2 inch to the waistline, and cut my trouser out. This is what my front trouser is looking like after I was done cutting. I would be using this also to cut the back with minimal variation. As for the back, I have folded my fabric into two and placed my front on it. First thing first, I'll mark out my crotch line here. Then I'll go below that crotch line by half an inch as usual. Also, I would be extending the crotch for the back by adding an extra 1.5 inch. I would add my inseam allowance to the back. Remember, I did not add inseam allowance to the front. I only added to the side. For this, I am marking about 1 inch all the way down. I'll be connecting them together from the crotch all the way to the hem. After this is done, I would highlight my waistline. I would be marking an extra 1 inch towards the side of the waist for the back. I'll draw in the back crotch. I would also raise the back waistline by 1 inch and connect it to the side. And these are all of the variations that I did for the back. After cutting out, I needed to drop the front waistline by about 0.75 inch. This is me marking it downward here. So I'll just drop it by the center front by about 0.75, connect it to the side and take it out. We do this mostly for trousers, so it shouldn't be new to you if you are used to sewing trousers. My fabric is ready, guys. Here I'm creating notches on the crucial point to allow for easy sewing. After all of that, it is now time to begin sewing. I would be matching both the front and the back together along the side. Please note that I am sewing it along the side first. And after sewing, this is what I have. So I have the front here and I have the back on the other side. And that is because I want to fix my pocket. And here is my pocket. I have a detailed tutorial on this channel, the video just before this one, on how I made this pocket. I will be putting a link in the description box, so I would advise you to go watch it so that you're not lost. So now it is time for me to attach this pocket on my trouser. Don't worry, I would explain this in this video. To do that, I would first need to mark where I want my pocket to be. And for me, I want it to be at a length of about 22 inches from my waistline. Next, I will grab my pocket, fold in all of the borders, and place my pockets centrally in such a way that equal parts are on the front and on the back. Use my chalk to mark out the size of the pocket on my trouser. Once I am done, I would open up the pocket, grab the borders, and pin it on the markings that I have on my fabric. This makes it a lot easier to sew the pockets down. So this is how I'm going to be attaching the pocket on either sides of my trouser. I have now stitched down my pocket and this is what it looks like. The beauty of a cargo pocket is that it is big enough, very spacious to accommodate whatever it is you want to put inside. Now you'll notice my pocket is flying around and I need to tack it down. What I'll do is to mark 1 inch downward from the opening along this edge here and do a top stitch down. I'll repeat likewise for this side. This would help put the pocket in place. Also, when I'm done with that, I'll be fixing my flap for the pocket, stitch it down in this manner, turn it over to cover the pockets, and do a top stitch on top of the flap. I have done all of that, and this is what my pocket is looking like. You can now see that the main pocket itself is staying in place. It's not flying about. It is locked up along the entrance or along the opening, and my flap is covering it. I've also repeated likewise for the other side of my trouser, and this is what my pocket is looking like. The good thing is you can fix as many cargo pockets as you want. You can even use it to create designs on your trouser. It is now time to join the both sides together. I'm placing right sides against each other. I'll go on and join it along the back crotch and also along the front crotch. After which I will be aligning the inseam together appropriately and I'll sew them down. This is what I have after sewing. You can see that my cargo trouser is taking shape already. Next, I'll need to stitch it down along the hem. So I'll just fold it in by half an inch and fold it in again by another 1 inch, which was the hemming allowance that I added. I'll go on and stitch this down and I'll show us how I worked on the waistline, the waistband. As for the waistband, I have an elastic here, a 1 inch elastic waistband, and I've cut out a waistband that would serve for this trouser. It is about 2 inches high. So first thing, I will need to attach this waistband to the waistline of the trouser before fixing the elastic. I am done sewing the hem, guys, and this is what it looks like. I have also attached the fabric waistband to the waist, and this is what it looks like. I left some space along the back crotch to enable easy passage of the elastic waistband through it. This is a 1 inch elastic band and my waistband itself is about 1.5 inch, so it would easily pass through. I will be using a safety pin to pass this elastic through, and here is how I did it. This method is pretty easy and very simple to do. After passing the elastic through, I would need to adjust the elastic width to the size that would fit into my waist and easily pass through my hip. And once I've achieved the right measurement, I would close up the back crotch and finish it off. And guys, this is the outcome after I was done. I love the fact that this trouser wasn't too big because I don't like it when my trouser is too big. But if you want yours to be boogers, please feel free to add as much allowance to the hip, to the knee, to the ankle too. It all depends on your preference. Also, feel free to add as many cargo pockets as you want. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye and stay blessed.